Hello people, my name is Rage in what hopefully is the first and only intro you heard on this video. I've not slept from embarrassment since, and welcome to Not Quite Synergy Labs. See, let me break it down for you. Yo, no, I'm not gonna do that. Come on now. I'm so white I would put a doctor's surgery paint job to shame. What I thought is that it's a shame to have all these evil toys and not do more of them. And indeed, a lot of you guys wanted to see more just stuff from the Synergy Labs. So I had a little think, and I thought what I'm going to do today might be a little bit fun. Now, don't get me wrong, it might turn out absolutely terrible, and you may boo me off stage, but I'm used to it, okay? I'm ready. I thought it would be neat to have myself a Synergy Labs speedrun. So how this is going to work is thusly, I have to start a new run and get to the end kill Blue Baby as fast as possible. The catch being that I can only take one item per floor, and I'm obviously not allowed prep time. So I'm still going to end up with something hopefully quite powerful and interesting, but I don't have thinking time because I'm on a speed run, so I just gotta grab and synergize on the fly. And then at the end, you guys are gonna rate me on how fast I did it, my general performance, and how cool of a synergy I ended up with. So yeah, I think this will be fun. So let's get this party started. 3, 2, 1, sound the klaxon, shoot the gun, and punch the nun, because it's time to have some fun. Gonna instantly get cancer all up in here, because obviously trinkets aren't items. It makes sense to get the really high DPS increasing one to start with, but the question is, do I get something from here or the item room, or maybe even go find the shop and get one of the big booms? Because there are obviously a lot of paths to do, and I'm wasting so much time, and I'm kind of panicking, but that's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. You know what, I'm going to take Cricket's body, because I like myself some split shot. The extra tears from both it and Cancer are going to give me quite the nice DPS output, and also it's a very nice potential for interesting synergies. So I think overall this gives me quite a good balance between sheer power and quality of the visuals and interestingness of what we'll end up with, because that's the interesting thing about this. It's not just a pure speedrun. If it was, I could just choose all the instantly most powerful items, have like room-sized tiers, but honestly, that's not that enjoyable. Did I get... Oh, I got lucky with an XL! Oh, yes, I did! I thought it was going to be normal-sized, but it's massive! Oh, fortune favors me. Lady Luck has caressed me so gentle, and I've purred like a kitten. That's a weird image that I want all of you to immediately get out of your heads and never think about again. Do not quote me on that. We will cut that out, and that is final, as I have decreed it. Just got this image of me being forcefully turned into a cat by a witch who goes by the codename Lady Luck, and she's just really obsessively stroking me in her hut. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? Why did I elaborate on it? Why did I say something that was like so ridiculous that I wanted to cut it out and then feel, you know what, actually I'll just elaborate on it. And I just realized this is an XL floor. So we actually can get 2 items on it, because it's 1 item per floor. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna head back real quick and grab the parasite. Because if we're gonna go split shot, we're gonna go split shot, you know? We're not gonna half measure this bitch. No, we are not. Because that just does not help. Like, if you're trying to tailor someone a lovely outfit, if you only measure half of them, then really it's just gonna end up really, really poor. Because you gotta guess the rest of it. Because, like, half measure? Oh, you thought I meant the expression, but no! It was a tailoring joke for all of you tailors out there that also love Isaac. Oh, I got you covered, don't you worry. As I always say here at Rage Gaming, we cover all interests and types of people. Yes, we do. That's wonderful. Alright, so now the question really comes down to where I want to go with this. I think I want to go back to the item room because it's got a certain little combination that I think is very, very worth getting because it gives us a lot of power and tiers very easily for a short amount of items. You will be able to guess what it is, and I am speaking way too quickly, aren't I? Whenever I get into kind of pressure situation, I admit that sometimes I speak too quickly, which sucks because it means that Danny always knows when I'm up to something because I end up speaking really quickly. Like, for example, it's her birthday soon, so obviously I've been getting a few presents that are all surprises, and she's like, have you got anything yet? You know, just playfully, and I'm like, no, I wouldn't have anything. What are you talking about? You're crazy. I've never, what are you talking about? I'm not going to get well, you know, because I like to pretend like I've forgotten, you know, tease her and stuff, but it doesn't really work when I may as well hold up the verbal equivalent of a sign that says, I'm lying! Of course I've remembered! I'd never forget. Oh, at least, I hope not, at the very, very least. So, the question is, what do I want from this floor? I think I want the item room before the boss. Are they? Okay, that I feel like is unfair. I want those seconds back. That is a glitch, and I will reclaim that time. I'm going to make a formal complaint to the time office, and I'm going to request some more back. That would be really excellent. If you actually had time genuinely wasted and it was someone else's fault, you could petition to have their life shortened and your life increased by the amount of time that it is. That would make a pretty good film, because yes, there's been similar films, like the one where people stop aging when they're 18, but if they run out of time, they just die, and people buy and trade stuff in time. But the idea that you could, like in court, sue someone for years of their life, that's kind of an interesting thought, honestly, that would probably lead to a pretty backwards system. So I'm going to grab myself Libra, because if we end up doing more than one of these, I think there's a lot of ways we can go, and I think doing something that should just be kind of nice and stable to start with is probably the way to go. So I'm going to go do the boss. Now, in fact, it's going pretty well. 4 minutes to flooded caves, and we got a lot of splitty action. I like that. But yeah, I kind of talk to the speed where I am kind of safe from fires, because that's how committed I am to making these videos for you guys. Because if my office set on fire, fear not, because I have got the speed of words that I could turn, talk at the fire, create like a whirlwind with the force of my words. It would put it out, and I wouldn't even have to jump cut. That's how committed to this video that I am. That would be kind of an ironic power for someone to have who spends a lot of time talking, really, thinking about it. Kind of suit me. Not that I would want it, because telekinesis all the way, baby. Though, talking of mouth-based powers, don't worry, we're going somewhere with this. There is a comic book character called Black Bolt, and it does remind me of a thought that I had about him. And basically, what his power is he has an incredibly powerful voice. Like, if he was to speak, the force that it would create would kind of level a city. So it's pretty ridiculously powerful. But I always thought with him, if you've got the voice that you can destroy a country by yelling, what happens when eventually he settles down, he has a kid, and the kid grows up and decides he kind of likes being creative and building, which is fair enough, a lot of kids do. I certainly did, I still do. And like a good father, he gets zombies everywhere. Okay, like a good father, he goes, "How dare you ask for toys? I'm feeding you to the living dead." And he goes, "Alright, I'll get you some Lego." And then that's fine, but one morning he wakes up, he's, you know, a little bit tired, goes downstairs and steps on a Lego brick, which, as I'm sure you're aware, is the most excruciating pain a human can feel. More than childbirth, more than being set on fire, more than being psychologically broken down by finding out your entire life was meaningless. It is just the worst pain in existence. So even this badass superhero, he is now feeling the burn. And what if he forgets and screams out in pain, and then ironically, in a twist of cruel fate, kills everyone, including his family, levels the continent that he's on, and he's like, well, crap, that sucks. I mean, he'd probably be more emotional than that, but I'm finding it difficult to put myself in this person's boots, because he's a few sizes bigger than me. That would be, like, that's a logical situation that could occur, right? I'm not going crazy, and that heart is actually really useful, because thinking about it, if I can only take one item per floor, and I'm sure you know where I'm going for this time, then survivability is actually going to be a problem. Yes, look at this. So we've got a lot of power and a lot of tiers going everywhere. I'm liking this, because obviously we're not going to end up with a new mind-blowing incredible synergy doing this. We're just going to end up with something nice, because it's only 9 items. So 4 items for 4 floors. And I think the black candle is fair enough, just because it's irritating to have curses, you know. I think it just makes it less fun when you're doing something like this. But I mean, let me know if you'd rather me not start with it. And also, obviously, I'm not going to use the Emperor cards that are spawning in the Synergy Lab, because that kind of defeats the purpose. So now we've kind of ramped up to a serious level of power. Yes, we have. Hey, goody. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. That is a beauty. Oh, magic mushroom, I must have to leave you now. Yes, I must. But I do say, this is actually really, really fun. I'm kind of like, my heart's going. I'm really feeling it. I think we'll add bouncing to this. That seems to be the way to go. And admittedly, you guys are going to be like, alright, this is a classic Rage synergy. This is the stuff that he likes. And, you know, I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with that. We'll keep the strength card, because what would you guys go for? What 9 items and in what order would you do to make this work out? But yeah, this is great fun, and I think you guys are right. We should use the Synergy Lab for more things. And if you guys have other ideas or challenges, lay them on me. I love including your thoughts and stuff, because you guys really are awesome as viewers. Yeah, this is a great idea. This just looks wonderful. And I've not even taken an item from the super item room yet, which I think is fantastic. So now I just have to kill everything really quickly before it can kill me, which is the real issue. So we took bouncing on this floor, and I actually just realized I have to allow for the fact that after the first 6 floors, I don't have a shop or an item room, so I'm restricted to taking items from the main room. I didn't even consider that. That's something I'd have to think about in the future. But it definitely was a shame to just let the Synergy Lab lie for most of the week. Because imagine if you had all these evil gadgets and toys and deliciously fun stuff to play with, and somebody came up to you and like said, alright, I've got this cool ass bouncing laser gun. I'm going to put it next to you, but you can only use it once a week, alright? Don't you dare touch it unless I say you're allowed, alright? You're only allowed to touch it once a week, no matter how much you want. Oh, context, how I love you so. But yeah, so it's like you can only play with your laser gun. No, there's no way of saying this anymore, is it? I've ruined it. I've ruined this entire tangent. Alright, blitzing through there. No need to really pick up any keys or anything. In fact, I don't want the item room. This is Necro 2, so I should definitely choose something from the big boom room. And I kind of know what I want, because, again, I gots to have my beauty. I am very concerned about survivability. I really, really am. But yeah, someone's like, don't you have a go with that laser gun. Don't you do it. I mean, you'd be very tempted, wouldn't you? You'd feel awful that it's just sat there and you weren't allowed to fire glorious lasers at anyone. So I'm going to take Holy Light Shot because, you know, I like it. I do. Which may give you a hint as to what's coming up next. And I am going to name this the Classic Rage Special. I think we're going the right way to the boss. I mean, I at least want to do this in, what, maybe 15 minutes? But, of course, the issue right now is I didn't choose any map visibility items, which may end up bad. And I am going to skip the boss rush, right? That makes sense. I mean, do I get extra points for doing that? I know I get literal points in the game's point system, but for you guys, would I get extra points for doing that? Do you account for it? I don't know. For now, I want to go for pure time. I think that makes sense. Probably should have got the item because there's nowhere else to go. That is starting to look very pretty, though. That is very much starting to look pretty. So I'm going to add Deadeye to it. We're going to add Deadeye. Yeah, look at this. Looking good. Hey, you. Oh, he actually managed to hit me. That's a concern. that is definitely a concern. I mean, we do have the strength. I really never thought in a speedrun where I can have literally any of the items in the game in glorious power would ever be a situation where I'm like, oh god, I'm going to die. But no, apparently, lo and behold, my terrible Isaac playing self has found a way to make that happen. Because the good thing about this is I can bounce it everywhere and not really be in too much danger, because it's just kind of cutting through everything. The real question is, do I want some sort of, like, piercing shot? I feel like that might make sense. Oh, the little light particles splitting as well. I'll admit, a part of me wants to use one of my items on the latch key. And think about it, it gives me some health, which is great. And then at the same time, it gives me some luck, so we get more of the cool-looking beam. So maybe that's kind of a nice item, just generally in a strategical sense. But then at the same time, maybe I could do a lot more with that one item allotment, because we don't have a lot left. Okay, who's our boss? Conquest. Good. Conquest has been conquered. Down we go. So what do I want next? What do I want next? 12 minutes? Not bad, I guess, but definitely could do better. But that's the thing. No prep time does mean this is gonna happen. What do I want? No, I can't decide. I can't freaking decide. I mean, we could go with infinite tears, right? We could go with continuum, but then the bouncing kind of doesn't really matter, so that would kind of counteract it. Oh god, no, I'm wasting so much time, and you're probably there yelling at me, obviously take this, insert item name here, and yes, you're right, I should take that. Do you want to tell me what that is? That would be really cool. I am going to go for... I'm gonna go for nails. No, yes, no, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm going to get Popular Double X. I think Popular Double X will be very, very good here, because it does look very nice when it's glowing with power. So we did that room. We actually got some health, which is very, very good. I admit I'm failing, but obviously, as I said, no prep. Oh, that looked great. That was quite the explosion of loveliness. A part of me did want to get homing tears, but I feel like that might ruin the pure chaos of everything bouncing around. And obviously, if I did do more of these, I wouldn't want to have Soy Milk Libra every time, but it's such a freaking effective way of doing it, is it not? In fact, do I want to swap to Curved Horn? No, I don't think I do. I think Cancer's still doing it for us, even with the Soy Milk Libra. Careful, don't accidentally take an item. That would be a disaster, because actually part of the challenge of this is being skilled enough to not accidentally take an item and then cost me an item on a future floor. I never thought I'd have to precision walk to get somewhere in an Isaac run. Careful. Where are you? It lives. Where are you? Tell me where you are, because I'm feeling a little bit ironic. Sorry, that was weak. My bad. I feel ashamed as a evil scientist, and as your scientist leader in the lab, that was pathetic. One second. Here we go. There we go. There we go. This is quite the fun little light show. I better be getting good points, fellow scientists, for visuals on this, even if my time is going to be a little bit lackluster. Granted, completing an entire run in under 20 minutes is still always pretty good, but, you know, for something like this, mayhaps we can do better. Careful. Oh, that sucks that he got away, but keep that going. There we have it. All right, to the cathedral now, y'all. To the cathedral. Although, technically speaking, you know what? I'm going to get some style. Oh, but I have 4 hearts. I have 4 hearts. Oh, no. Do I do it? Do I do it? No, I'm going to be a little bitch. I'm sorry. You may be like, yo, Rage, you as much of a bitch as insert cool metaphor insult here. I will give you permission to line the comments with that and then confuse anyone who reads the comments before watching the video. But I want to keep this pure for my first attempt. So, final actual big Synergy Lab Room item. What's it gonna be? What is it going to be? I can't really take nails because that defeats the point of Popular Double X. So would Boomerang Tears. And so would Penny Tears. I mean, maybe I could get Lost Contact. But then again, we still don't really need that, and it would change how it looks just a little bit. So, oh god, I need to decide. I am going to go for not Fire Mine. That would kill me instantly. Maybe we get Magnetic Tears. You know what? I'm gonna add Magnetic Tears. Oh god, that was a terrible idea. That's fine. Just keep that going over there. Yep, that's lovely. So we lose the Pupil of Double X, which I admit. But look, visually on my character, fashion-wise, the magnet really ties together the Libra halves. You know, quite literally, it connects the dark and light. So if I was going to English literature this, it represents the indecision that I'm feeling when it comes to choosing an item. So, you know, you gotta give me points for theme and context here, because I think that's pretty impressive. Also, this does look awesome, throwing everyone into these orbs of light that have these nice sheen because of it. But I admit the Pupil of Double X was a bad call. I do admit that. Do I need to kill Blue Baby, or do I want Mega Saiyan as well? I guess I'll do both, at least get some style points after not doing the boss rush and hush. I just don't know. I'm so indecisive. Oh god, I am so indecisive. Alright, this is fine. Nothing going on there. We have a lot of range as well. Gotta watch for him magnetic it into me, because that is obviously one of the issues with this. I don't want to end up pulling my enemies into me. That got away with that quite well. Careful! Ooh, that was scary. There's Two of Hearts. Quite good. Here we go. Isaac, please die. Yep, this looks good. And nope, no, he's going to get the phase in. That sucks. That's a few extra seconds that I don't want to spare. My goal here very much is under 20 minutes. Here we go. To the next floor now, y'all. And this time, my one item comes from the normal pool of chest items. So, oh, come on. That's just not great. Obviously, the key pieces don't count, but I guess we'll go with Eden's Blessing. Why the hell not? That gives us a little bit of tier action. Alright, now I gotta obliterate through the chest. I really do. Okay, this is fine. God damn my indecision! Oh, god damn. Seriously, as indecisive as a woman in a changing room. That's what's going on here. And hey, you know I speak the truth. You know. Admittedly, I'm very proud how this looks for a 9-item synergy. I kind of am. Yes, I could have done a little bit better, but it's all a learning process. That's the thing. And I guess I could have re-rolled, right? But I don't know if that's in the spirit of things or not. I just don't know. Where are you, Blue Baby? Where are you, lad? Come on. Ooh, that was beautiful. Okay, I'll admit that oh, and the combo tier looked fantastic. I'll admit that getting Magnetic Tears, I think, was actually a stroke of genius. It really was. It kind of nicely adds something to this. And boom, boom, boom. Little just magnetic power particles powering round the room as they punish and pulverize the pathetic peasants that pertain to presume to stand against me. That was a pretty good sentence. All right, Blue Baby, here we go. Come on, obliterate. Why is it killing him so slowly? Oh god, I took damage. Did not want to take damage. That is fine. Gonna use the full moon soon as he drops. Hopefully get a little bit closer back to the start, which I kind of did. Okay, alright, I can do this. I don't think I'm quite gonna make the 20 minutes, and I actually might die on Mega Satan, which would kind of suck, but I'm at least gonna go for it. 30 seconds to kill the Lord of Hell. I could do that, you know, probably still get back in time for breakfast. Yep, instantly obliterated him, and him did take a little bit too much damage, but that's okay. Then get him back! That was unexpected, admittedly. That was definitely on the unexpected side of things. Oh my god, the spawning times, no! No, why are you not dead? Damn it, just a few seconds over. Though, admittedly, I only had to kill Blue Baby, so maybe? Please die instantly. I cannot afford to take any damage here. I really can't. Please die instantly. Hey! Alright. That's not bad. I think I did okay for my first attempt at that challenge. I know it's different. I know it's not the usual thing to do with Isaac. 20 minutes, 16 seconds, and lovely magnetic power particles. I'm happy. I could have done better, but that's life. Let me know what you thought anyway. Let me know if you'd like to see more or different challenges, but like if you enjoyed it, let me know via that, and subscribe for more. Goodbye.